Hey guys, here we are, one of the biggest weeks of astrology of this year for sure. Honestly, perhaps one of the biggest weeks of astrology that we've had go on over the past 15 years or so. That is because this week is our week which will host Pluto's transition into the sign of Aquarius. Pluto is leaving Capricorn, where he has been since 2008, entering the sign of Aquarius, and this is actually happening in a 2-day conjunction with the Sun. The Sun this week will conjoin Pluto at the very last degree of Capricorn for the last time in the sign of Capricorn for 250 years. The Sun will then move with Pluto into the sign of Aquarius, and we are in for some big changes, you guys. This is going to be a very transformative period of time, and this is likely to be a very intense week. Whenever we have a Sun-Pluto conjunction, pending, building in the sky, this is always a more intense time of year. Power struggles, issues to do with like authority, power, and control generally. Endings and beginnings though, and it is just likely to be a very sort of like powerful vibe that we are maneuvering through and navigating over this upcoming week. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's talk about how things are coming together to open this week and what perhaps we can expect as we move towards Pluto's entrance into the sign of Aquarius. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today is Monday, January 15th, 2024. My name is Aubrey. This is your astrological outlook of the day, where we are narrating the shift of the ages. And if you guys stick with me till the end of this report, I have also done a collective tarot reading for us today as well. Whenever I'm doing these energy assessments, I like to tap the energy field for more than one modality just to get an additional energetic perspective on what is going on out there. And this week, we may need it. We are in some highly unpredictable times, you guys, but the power and the intensity and the significance of the moments that we are passing through right now cannot be understated. We are in the final days of a 15-year Pluto Capricorn transit, and things may honestly be giving sort of like final days type of vibes over this next couple of days, over the next final days that Pluto is transiting the sign of Capricorn. I also personally cannot get over the synchronistic nature of the way that Pluto is leaving Capricorn and entering Aquarius this weekend, because that is happening in a conjunction to the Sun. Like literally the Sun is going to hit the very last degree of the sign of Capricorn, while Pluto is at the very last minute of the very last degree of the sign of Capricorn on the 19th, and then they're both going to tick together on the 20th into the sign of Aquarius. So not only, is Pluto entering Aquarius, it's happening in a conjunction with the Sun. Each year we have a Sun-Pluto conjunction. Each year, one time for one day, and then, I'd say about maybe 3 to 5 days on either side of that, the Sun and Pluto come into an exact alignment, and this always marks a time of sort of intensity in the course of any unfolding year. It's just being amplified so tremendously this year because of the timing that it is happening with Pluto's literal transition into the sign of Aquarius. So the Sun on the 19th, on Friday, all the action, you guys, is really happening this weekend, but things are like reverberating out. We're feeling it all week. The intensity is building. Like, they're also, we also have a pending Uranus station right now, which could be bringing, an amplified sense of like maybe like anxiety or anticipation. There's a good chance that you could sort of be feeling like something's about to happen, just kind of like unsettled, or I don't know, just something about like the power or the energy in the air right now having sort of like a greater than normal impact, or just like an ability to feel it, like a palpable nature to it that is just very potent. You know what I mean? Like we're in some very, 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 very strong Plutonic and Uranian energy as we go throughout the course of this week. But yes, the conjunction will happen on Friday. The Sun and Pluto come together for the last time in the sign of Capricorn for 250 years. That's how long a Pluto transit takes, approximately 250 years. So while for the past 15-ish years, since 2008, all of our Sun-Pluto conjunctions have happened in the sign of Capricorn, because that is where Pluto has been moving forward. Now, after this Sun-Pluto conjunction, which is a 2-day Sun-Pluto conjunction, which is very rare, and of course, ending the Capricorn transit, beginning the Aquarius transit, from here on out, all of our Sun-Pluto conjunctions will be happening in the sign of Aquarius for the next like 18, 20 years. Something like that. So this really is like the end of an era in terms of the way that power has been functioning, specifically in relation to control systems, institutions, big business, financial markets, government, authority, like the power, literal structures in the sign of Capricorn. This has been the emphasis when we've been having our Sun-Pluto conjunctions. All that's about to change, and we are not going to be back in this Sun-Pluto energy in the sign of Capricorn for like 250 years. So it is, you know, the tides of time are turning and we are moving forward. It's being indicated in so many ways. You know, if you guys watched my new moon video, I was talking about how that new moon was also suggesting that we were at a pretty significant energetic turning point, that things were going to start changing tremendously, momentum was going to start building, action was going to start happening, and, you know, transformation, forward movement, but like in a very new direction. This is like recreation, rebirth type of energy. And we are going from an energetic emphasis on the earth element, okay, to an energetic emphasis on the air element, which will also be a palpable shift. And we are going to be talking a lot about that as well. I do want to focus back in though on where we're at to start the week this week. You know, honestly, we are likely, like I said, to be really picking up and sensing some type of serious level of either like intensity or shift or change or transformation. There could be some really big things that are happening this week that are pertaining to power and control on sort of like a larger like world stage type of level. This could also be bringing, you know, whatever's coming with the energy this week, major revelations about the past or about things that have gone on throughout the course of this entire Pluto Capricorn transit, especially to do with these Capricorn themes, right? Government, authority, establishments, big business, institutions, rules, regulations, like power holders and brokers generally. We are approaching for sure a transformation in regards to some type of established order of power and control that has been structuring things for long periods of time, this breaking down somehow. So we should be prepared for that. This whole week though, you know, it's just giving these very, very Plutonic vibes because we've got the sun moving into a conjunction with Pluto all week, and it's like the ultimate conjunction with Pluto. Like, this is the Pluto conjunction of the next 20 years, all right? So, you're probably feeling it like purge and regenerate huge right now. This is also like a very, very, very good time for any type of personal upgrades, any type of like health procedures or anything like that. Like anything to do to like take care of ourselves, take care of our bodies, like change things in a way, or like, you know, even surgeries and stuff like that, I feel like will be probably very common right now. I feel like a lot of people are going to be undergoing various processes or things to like get in a better shape or get rid of something or like just remove something that is prohibiting them from being more healthy. This is definitely the season of the personal upgrade that we are in, and anything that we can do to use our energy to support that process, anything that you can do to put your energy into promoting like your, you know, your personal upgrade or your personal evolution somehow, or recreating yourself somehow, like putting energy in towards some like rebirth process, or just work put into improving self-improvement is going to pay off probably in very unexpected ways, and ways that are better than we had anticipated or thought could happen maybe when we started that process. So it's, this is a week right now that is setting us up, okay, for this significant transformation that is coming, some type of change, some type of ending and beginning, concluding a phase as well. Like, that's the thing. We are either being set up right now for some type of pending transformation that is, about to pull us in, like that vacuum I was talking about. That's what it feels like. It feels like, we're about to get just sucked forward into this whole new phase of life that everything right now is representing on an energetic level. So that's like one side of it that you might be feeling, just like this movement towards, and could even be sort of a way that feels kind of out of control, but maybe this just like powerful or intense, or just this knowing, this movement towards something new, being prepared for change, like things being set up to transform somehow, or knowing that we are concluding something, that we are coming to the end of a phase that has been ongoing for a long time, or a circumstance or experience that we've been dealing with, perhaps maybe been coloring a lot of the past 15 years of our lives, maybe in some way, or maybe like a lesson or something that we've been carrying, something that has been burdening us for a long time. This is about to be alleviated as well. Whatever journey we've been on, okay, whatever road we've been traveling, and whatever lessons we've gone through, we are at a point right now where it's like the test is over, and what we're left with is the value that we have extracted from that journey that we've been through, from the lessons that we've learned. And like, this gold, like this gem, this value that we got from whatever hard road perhaps we've been walking. Maybe it's been our whole life until this point in time. Maybe it's been this past couple of years while we've been preparing for this time that we are at now, and these big changes that are underway. That gold that we are extracting from whatever this past journey or this past phase has taught us, that's our power, okay? Those are our tools. Those are our, that is what we have at our disposal now to use to recreate our life going forward. And there's something very important about whatever it is that we are realizing that we've gained from the road, like I said, the road that we've been walking, or the experiences that we've been through, this latest part of our journey. We are figuring out this week also, and we're going to be figuring out with this Mercury-Jupiter trine that is so beautiful accompanying all this. It's actually crazy when we have Pluto and the Sun together entering the sign of Aquarius this week. We are also at that moment going to have an exact Mercury-Jupiter trine. This is going to be really opening our eyes to something, big ideas, like seeing things from a broadened perspective, understanding things. I feel like a lot of people are going to be going through an experience coming up here, maybe through this weekend or, heading into next week, where we are seeing the past through like an entirely different set of eyes, like a brand new perspective. And, we are really understanding why we went through what we went through, what the purpose of a lot of our past struggles were, what we've gained from it, and why what we've gained from those experiences is necessary and important now in whatever, new path life is thrusting us down. Because remember, we also have a North Node in Aries right now, which is, I talk about this like every day. This is like our own personal leadership era for all of us. Like, with a North Node in the sign of Aries, collectively, we all have a personal mission. We all are going on a new journey. We all have to be the knight in shining armor in our own story somehow. This is about conquering past weaknesses, and it's about seizing the day and launching forward, and finding our potential and slaying dragons, and conquering fears and finding self-mastery, with Chiron also now in the sign of Aries. And this fits right along with Pluto entering the sign of Aquarius and empowering our pursuit towards like actually, you know, destiny. That has a lot to do with the sign of Aquarius, making sure that we are on the right track and that we have this understanding, that we have this powerful insight into what we're doing, where we're going next. You know, keep in mind, you guys, it's not, there will never be 100% of humanity, you know, all awake at one time. That's not even necessarily what it's really about. And a lot of people aren't even going to interpret this as a process of awakening. However, we are all, you know, the window is open now, and more people are stepping through and are awakening and are needing more from life and are, you know, looking for purpose and looking for meaning and looking for fulfillment. And this is how, you know, our species evolves. This is how we gain this conscious awareness. This will also be a period of time where we're expanding out into the cosmos. So things are going to look entirely different. And it's like these are the seeds that are planting that garden that over time will grow into, you know, just this whole new paradigm of reality that we really can't even conceptualize of right now, based on like our current understandings of our current experiences and the lens through which the filters through which we've always been accustomed to viewing and seeing reality. But we're kicking it off, you guys. On Monday, things may feel a bit like a daydream. In the midst of all of this, we also have a moon Pluto, or not moon Pluto, a moon Neptune conjunction going on. This always gives sort of daydreamy vibes. You might, you know, catch a little extra sleep. Dreams could be real wild, real intense. But this is a highly spiritual day that we have going on Monday. Both the sun and the moon, both of our luminaries, are actually making aspect to Neptune. The moon is in Pisces, conjoining Neptune, giving this like walking daydream type vibe. The sun is also an exact sextile to Neptune and Pisces in the sign of Capricorn, building into the conjunction with Pluto. So we've got exact actually sun and moon hitting Neptune energy, very sensitive energy, very psychic energy, strong ability to intuit things and like feel very deeply into people and into situations. And divinely very creative energy as well. There's a lot of divine inspiration. Again, like I was talking about earlier, creatively inspired for doing something new, for building, for producing, organizing, preparing, you know, strategizing, training for something, investing in something, producing something generally. All of this type of stuff is going to be very supported, especially if there's some type of self-focus right now with the North Node in the sign of Aries. We have a very strong ability to kind of like gain some intuitive insight into things in the energy on Monday, and then apply it perhaps in terms of maybe a solution or a remedy, or, you know, saying the right thing at the right time, being at the right place at the right time. We have some very fortunate and blessed energy coming together this week as well, which is, you know, beautiful to see in the context of all this Plutonic Lord of the Underworld emphasis energy going on as well, because that I do feel like is promising also on one hand, perhaps some type of unexpected blessing or generosity, or just like a gift, or like something that is there to catch us like when we were really needing it or least expecting it. Unexpected blessings, I think, could be a thing coming in the energy this week as well. And that is not only because of the trine that we have going on with Jupiter by both Mars, that's our action, and Mercury, that's our mind. So, you know, good ideas about stuff, but also just like I said, you know, being at the right place at the right time, just like randomly doing the right thing that has some type of beneficial outcome, or, you know, the work that we are focused on putting into something right now, very likely to be supported. But we also have the North Node this week at a degree that I actually like. It's 20 degrees of Aries. That Sabian symbol is a young girl feeding birds in winter. And whenever I see this degree come up, it always makes me think of like this unexpected blessing, right? Like something maybe that we are needing and we don't know, you know, where it's going to come from or how we're going to get it. And then all of a sudden it just shows up and comes out of nowhere. It's just like offered. So there could be something that's just happening for us. And that, again, it's not just the symbol. The Mercury Jupiter trine in earth signs and the Mars Jupiter trine in earth signs are things actually happening in the reality. So, Spirit has our back, or something has our back if we find ourselves in a positioning of needing it, or we just may find a little bit extra for ourselves being offered somehow this week, kind of like coming out of nowhere. Good fortune, positive opportunities, helping us in our process of moving forward somehow, recreating ourselves somehow, taking back power somehow. Like I said, there's also a very strong like healing power energy this week, like regenerative force energy this week, and the efforts that we put into things now will be successful. Like our risks will equal rewards, our hard work will pay off, like we will make the right choice, or we will make a good decision about things. And the other thing that I want to talk about in the energy for today is Venus still being in a tight trine and sextile to the nodes of the moon. Start this week especially, which is another sort of energy that is indicating like this divine alignment that is happening in relationships. A higher power is really playing like such a heavy hand in the things that are playing out right now. I mean, it's always, you know, God is always at the wheel, right? But like, I just feel like there are some times where, you know, like it's quite obvious that there is something higher than us that is ordaining the things that are happening. And that is what is happening right now. I do feel like, and especially also this week in terms of relationships, in terms of finances, there's a huge financial element to everything right now. Capricorn is an earth sign. It has, I mean, we've got a lot of planets in Capricorn too. We got Pluto, we got the sun, we got Mars, we got Mercury. There's like all this emphasis right now on like material possessions and finances and assets and like resources and like just rules or regulations or business or work, okay, but definitely very, very financial element of things. And then we also have Venus in the tight aspect, trining the north node, sextiling the south node, who is in her sign of Libra. Venus in a sextile to the south node in Libra, this is embracing endings in relationships that are no longer a true reflection of the authentic self that we are birthing now, that has this mission that we need to go on with the north node in the sign of Aries. It is bringing, though, you know, everything right now, whether we're investing in something, whether we're making a choice or a decision about something, again, like it's part of this bigger plan, and the connections coming in right now, the partnerships coming in right now, the things that we're getting involved in right now, most likely blessed, successful, productive, okay? But on the same side of that, like the relationships that are ending right now, like that which is just no longer jiving anymore, like that, those people or situations that are just not resonating with us, like the things that we just like cannot make work or that we don't want to be involved with anymore, we got to let those things go as well. Releasing attachments that have kept us fixed to an inauthentic, self-limiting environment is essential in order to receive like the new alignments that are being sucked to us, right? Like by that vacuum, as like we are equally, for whatever that side of the equation is, filling a role that is supporting that person or that situation's success right now, as the people coming into our lives will be fundamental in supporting whatever we are growing towards or whatever mission we have to move towards right now. We are being like, it's like you know, on a relationship level, on relationship levels in our lives, the people, the groups, the communities need to support who we're becoming. They need to support our evolution. They need to support and be a reflection of our upgrade and of who we will be at the end of this process. They can't, we can no longer exist within like group think or group restraints or group cohesion that denies our individuality or our independence or, you know, whatever is bubbling up within us that we know we need to do, go after, achieve, become at this point in time. So we are embracing and preparing for, you know, what is to come and what is coming in right now, the relationships that are coming in right now, while not resisting simultaneously that which, you know, we know cannot come with us moving forward. And if we apply this along the very same lines, you know, as the personal upgrade sentiment that I've been talking about throughout this report, that is a part of that as well. Universe is upgrading the relationship and the financial dimensions of our lives as well to help us and support us in our process of who we're becoming next, not to keep us tethered and attached to who we've always been, especially if who we've always been is not a reflection of the divine image of, you know, our life path, or, you know, our highest potential, or this destiny that is waiting for us that needs to be activated, okay? This higher purpose that we are holding within us and that was set for us from the beginning, right? So, and we've got Uranus energy, again, coming in very strong next week as well. Uranus is the galactic fixer. Uranus puts things right on a cosmic level. Uranus makes the changes for us that we haven't been able to make for ourselves in order so that that future can come to pass. And, you know, in the higher future, right? The divinely aligned path. Uranus clears everything out of the way, and if we are not on that path, it will pick us up, you know, flip everything around, make us super uncomfortable and feel like we're, you know, losing our mind or we're never going to make it, but ultimately somehow we end up in a much better place, on a path to become a radically different person than we have ever been or thought we could become, but we ultimately would never go back to the way things were before that at the end of the day. And that's I feel like what this year is going to be doing for a lot of us as well. If we are not on the path to the highest mountain right now, we may find some things being altered, shifted, shuffled around, and things could just definitely get very wild. I expect a lot of people to end this year in a position that they never would have imagined for themselves when they started this year. And that's basically what I have to say about the energy today, you guys. I feel like I've been a little bit all over the place in this report. This has definitely not been one of my most flowing reports, I guess we could say. But I hope you guys are following me. I hope it made sense. It's just, I don't, like, it's just so much. Like, it's so big. It's so unpredictable. Like, I'm having a hard time putting it all into words, but luckily we've got 3 videos this week to try to do that. We're gonna have the Wednesday video also, when we will be, you know, right on the brink of this happening, picking up where we left off today. And then this weekend we've got the, you know, that's when this is happening, and on the sidelines of that we've got the exact Mercury-Jupiter trine. We've got also at that point in time an exact Venus-Neptune square. We are about to be, and that's the same thing, Venus square Neptune. You know, on one hand, a lot of times that can put us in a state of like over idealizing things, rose-colored glasses, like daydreaming the best possible case scenario, and then things ending in like disappointment and stuff like that. But I don't think in the context of the other transits, to me that's like us dropping the facade. To me that's us like dropping the illusion, dropping the fantasy. That is like us getting real with what we really want and who we're becoming next moving forward. With the Jupiter Mercury big energy, it's a lot, you guys, but it's not bad. Like with all this Pluto energy, you know, loss is a feature, you know, probably definitely one of the polarities of this, one of the octaves of the way that this energy is operating. You know, loss, destruction, endings, you know, turmoil, things crumbling, okay? But it's never permanent when we're talking about Pluto. Like, it's part of a process of renewal. It's part of a process of, like I've been saying, you know, regeneration, healing. There's this purge that is necessary. So there's going to be things from the last 15 years that are coming to an end, that are leaving our lives, but don't despair, you guys, because things are about to get exciting. This is going to be an exciting period. This is going to be a stimulating period. It's going to be uncertain for sure. It's going to be very different, and because of that, it's probably going to be very uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like the anxiety type of stuff, like We're gonna want to do our best to try to stay grounded. And again, anything that we can do now to prepare ourselves for what is to come, even though we can't necessarily tell what is to come, that's what we want to do. Universe is supporting us in preparing for whatever this next phase is moving us towards, helping us to do our part to prepare ourselves for whatever that is, whatever that looks like. But I guarantee you guys, like, even if you don't know exactly what to do to prepare, putting time and energy into, you know, working on yourself somehow, or just generally like getting organized in your life. I've been talking about this as we've gone through this month of January. The more that we could do to sort of like set ourselves up for success in the beginning part of the month, the better off we're going to be as we move through this Pluto energy, as we move through this Uranus energy, because you guys, things are going to start happening very quickly. They're going to feel probably out of our control. Again, there's going to be a shock factor. Expect the unexpected. Uranus is the lightning planet. This is lightning speeds with a Mercury, Jupiter. This is opportunities as well. This is like big change, big decisions, okay? But it's all for the best. And we cannot forget, and I'm going to be a broken record saying this to you guys, because Uranus is blessings in disguise. A lot of times when we're going through Uranian energy, it's like the tower in the tarot. It's lightning striking the tower, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times it does not look pretty. It does not look good on the surface. However, when the cards fall, we come to find that it's exactly what we needed in order to unlock something within ourselves, or to move us in a certain direction, or to put us in the path of somebody that plays some larger role. Like, everything right now is incredibly purposeful, even if we can't perceive that right now. And we have got to maintain the faith that things are working for us, because I'm telling you guys, they are. And fear could be a thing. I mean, we're talking about the Lord of the Underworld, right? This could be nightmares. This could be like monsters under the bed. This could be like us having to face fears, perhaps, maybe that have blocked our path or held us back for the past several years. But Mars in the sign of Aries, or North Node in the sign of Aries, this is the season to overcome. This is the season to conquer and take back personal power. That is also what this is. Pluto entering the sign of Aquarius, decentralization of power, taking back personal power, reclaiming personal power, and using it to propel us through this process of individual self-actualization that universe is mandating right now as the shift of ages is underway. Okay? So that's what I have to say, you guys. Yeah, let's talk about the tarot, okay? The tarot message today to me is perfectly exactly in alignment with the energy that we have coming through in the astrology. I actually used some of my tarot interpretation today in my astrology interpretation that I just did. First of all, interesting, look what we have on the back of the deck. We have the Hermit in reverse. What have I been telling you guys? Like, we have the green light now to step out, to take action. We have been in some pretty serious Hermit mode over this past couple of weeks. That time has passed. It is now time to get things moving, to maybe step out of the comfort zone, or to step out of our bubble and to start initiating something, acting, taking action, whatever. Let's talk about the cards themselves that came out. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse, followed by the Four of Pentacles, followed by the Magician. What is this saying to me? Look at this. To me, this is the Wounded Warrior card, the Nine of Wands. This is about a guy who is bruised and battered because of all he's been through, but you know what? He never gave up, and he's still looking up. He's still got his eyes to the heavens. He is inspired by his faith to keep going regardless of, how daunting the journey seems and how endless it might seem or how burdensome. Like, he is going to keep fighting. But the thing is, we have this in reverse, which to me, when these cards came out in the midst of the energy, there's always a million ways to interpret symbolism, but this to me is saying that we have come to the end of this journey, or of this quest, or of this phase, or of this maybe like just draining or difficult experience that we've been going through. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. And what have we discovered? And what value have we come to find through our process of like not giving up, okay? Of through the journey that we've been through the whatever challenges that we've had to face and overcome, what have we discovered about ourselves? Like, what have we found within? What gem or gold or value in and of ourselves have we gained through what we've been through over, you know, whatever journey we have been enduring through, okay? Because the Magician, that which we have come to discover within, that value that we have found at the end of the day, after all we've been through, that is our power to recreate ourselves, or that is a tool that we can use to, you know, help ourselves in the process of taking back personal power or recreating ourselves somehow moving forward. So, and that's exactly how I feel like kind of like this energy is functioning this week as well, with us literally being in like the final days of Pluto Capricorn vibes for the next, you know, 200 something years. What value has been extracted from whatever we've endured through, whatever we've overcome, whatever we've been through, and how do we use that to, you know, make us more powerful creators in our own experience going forward, essentially. So that's what I feel like the tarot message is expressing. Again, on the back of the deck, we've got the Hermit in reverse and the Judgment card actually under that as well. So it's like, you know, we're figuring something out. We're coming to understand from a higher level. And we don't need to like hold back anymore also. It's time to move forward. It's time to act. It's time to step out of our shell or make something happen, all that stuff. So that's what the tarot message is relaying to us today as well, in my interpretation, in correspondence with the astrology. One more card now. God, Spirit, Universe. Okay, that did not take long. Don't overdo. And you know what? This is another thing that I did not talk about in you know, the context of the energy that we have playing out right now, but we do have this Jupiter influence, Mars and Mercury. While Jupiter is, you know, bringing a lot of positivity, whenever we have a strong Jupiterian influence, this also can be the energy of overdoing things, you know, biting off more than we can chew, you know, over speaking, overestimating. We want to make sure that we are not just allowing ourselves to kind of spin out. And again, remember, what have I been talking about? The breakdown in control, right? While we simultaneously have this breakdown in control going on, we also have this Jupiter energy that is unlimited. Jupiter energy is an unlimited force. So actually, when I think about it, this probably is good advice, and we really do want to make sure that we are self-regulating despite the pressure being lifted. That's also what this is going to be like. Like, its intensity, like, you know, like that tarot card just said, the Nine of Wands in reverse. Definitely levels of intensity going on, but on some level, some burden that we've been carrying being lifted somehow. So in the absence of that, we don't want to let ourselves spin out of control. But let's read this card. Don't overdo. Do not worry about what you shall eat. Luke 12:27. If you have a problem with appetite, be it for food or any other thing, be not concerned. Thank God for removing the desire to overdo in the consumption of food or any other appetite. So this is probably some good advice for us as we are moving through this next couple weeks with this expanded Jupiterian influence, and also the energy that is breaking down sort of like the rules and the constraints and the limitations maybe that we had been used to. Again, you know, the more self-disciplined we can be in our process of, you know, working towards our own best interest right now, that is going to pay off. And of course, not overdoing things, not allowing ourselves to get out of control or, you know, just kind of, you know, get whipped up or spun out in this energy, which could very possible over this next couple weeks, is going to help us as well. So we're not overdoing it, you guys, but we are doing it And that's what I have to say today, opening this big astro week. I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, you guys. Share it with your friends if you think that they would appreciate this type of astrology content as well. Leave me comments, you guys. I am so grateful for you. Thank you guys so much for being here on this journey with me. Your feedback, what you guys have to say, is very, very valuable to me. If you're having experiences that align with what I'm talking about in these reports, please let me know in my comment section below. Again, thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. If you want to know what's on this whiteboard back here, I have a Facebook group where I post those images. Jana also posts the synchronicity cards in that group. If you want to see any of that, that's where you can find that in my description box. And come back with me on Wednesday, you guys. This will be our last video of Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, but you know, I do have to say, this fall, Pluto will re-enter Capricorn for just literally like a couple weeks because of his retrograde, but for me, because Pluto is moving to Aquarius right now with the sun, like this is the big one, and that is, we're not going back to the Capricorn energy there. That will be like the final period on the end of some things, but we're really moving forward in this new energy, and we are going to be wrapping up Pluto and Capricorn on Wednesday. So I will be here. You should be here too. You don't want to miss it. I will see you then, everyone. Have a beautiful start to your week. And until next time, bye guys.